Today I fucked up by thinking my friend wasn't into me. The repercussions of this actually happened today, but the event itself happened yesterday. I, 22M, have been hooking up with one of my friends, 28F, for the past 6 months. I'll call her B. Over that span of time, I unsurprisingly developed feelings for B, and eventually mustered the courage to tell her, and ask if she wanted to actually try a relationship. B tells me that she's not interested in a relationship at the time, and is sorry for leading me on. That stung, but I could tolerate it. After all, if someone doesn't want a relationship, trying to force one is just a horrible idea. Yesterday, I wound up getting drunk, and hooking up with a friend of a mutual friend, who I'll call M, 25F. I figured, since B just wants to be FWB, not a relationship, she can hardly get angry at me if I sleep with anyone else. After all, I already tried to become exclusive with her and got rejected. Well, B finds out I slept with M, and becomes incredibly upset at me, saying that she is into me, and that she feels betrayed. B and I meet up today to try and talk things through, and she tells me that because of what happened, she is completely cutting M, and all her associated friends, mutual friend included, out of her life, and will likely do the same thing to me. I feel horrible because I always interpreted B flirting with me as FWB stuff, or just her being friendly, depending on the level of flirtatiousness, and now I may have cost her a lot of friends, and lost a couple myself. Too long did not read. My friend rejected my romantic advances, I slept with someone else, and now I might not be able to call her my friend anymore. Edit. Unfortunately, having talked to both B and M, their stories are nearly opposite. B claims to have slept with only me when we were FWB, whereas M claims B lied to my face and asked our mutual friend to help cover it up. I'll update if the definite truth ever comes out. Edit 2. The comments saying to get rid of them both seem to have won. I think I'm gonna do what B threatened to do and just get this entire situation out of my life and try to restart. Edit to clarify the relationships, because there seems to be a lot of confusion. B and mutual friend are friends, mutual friend and M are friends. B and M only recently met and started hanging out. Hell no, she is the one who fucked up. You told her you had feelings for her and asked to be a relationship, but she not only rejected you but also apologized for leading you on. She wants you to herself but doesn't want to commit in return. That's toxic and her response to it is manipulative, a huge red flag. Congratulations on dodging a toxic relationship LMAO. You asked if she wanted to make it official, and she said no. It's honestly as simple as that. I wonder if she thought that since you were into her, you'd stay exclusive, while she didn't have to since you weren't a couple. Then got mad when the plan backfired. Pure speculation on my part though. B plays stupid games, wins stupid prizes. You didn't do anything wrong. She was probably leaving herself open for other options but couldn't possibly imagine that you might exercise it also. I would say the blame's on B. I don't know if she was just playing mind games or what she was doing, but no one is a mind reader, and if she didn't spell herself out clearly, especially when you did, then that's on her. You did nothing wrong. You told her how you felt, and she told you in no uncertain terms that she didn't want a relationship. If she doesn't speak to you about how she's feeling, then she honestly can't be mad at you for doing what you did. She's obviously working through something, so no condemnation here for that. Just don't feel like you're the cause of this situation. Your friend told you they are not interested, so it's really the feet up. Today I fucked up by crushing my feet for 7 years. When I, 22 male, was 11, I had never bought my own pair of shoes. I had grown up with my mum taking me every time and getting my feet measured. At this time I started living most of the time with my dad. From this point on, whenever I went to buy new school shoes, I just told them the last measurement I had taken, size 5, UK. I specifically remember at one point people questioning it, which annoyed my teen self. So I started just picking up size 5s and buying them without speaking to staff. I also remember a lot of tiny feet jokes from other guys at school, and tiny dick jokes alongside it. Fast forward to age 18, I get an inheritance and travel a bit around Europe. In Spain I decide to buy shoes and need to get tested for my European size. Turns out I'm a size 9, UK. And have been forcing my feet into shoes inches too small for years. I buy my first correct pair in 7 years and they felt amazing. I guess as a teen I just thought shoes were supposed to fit tightly? When I'm back in England I go to the doctor and speak to them about it. Apparently squeezing your toes isn't a great idea because they have grown incorrectly through years of distress. As a result of my idiocy, I am estimated 3 shoe sizes lower than my body was supposed to grow to, and my balance has been affected also. I'm assuming it's also the major reason between years of ingrown toenails pain. Too long did not read. Wore shoes the wrong size my entire teenage life and ruined my feet permanently. Couldn't even make this type of shit up. At least you had them on the right feet. With peace and love, respectfully, you gotta be a special kind of stupid not to realize feet grow the same as the rest of you. Even without measuring, how the fuck do you put shoes on, find them tight and uncomfortable, and not think, hey, I should try a different size? I mean, between brands and styles of shoes, which size is most comfortable varies, so even measured correctly a person would still have occasions of trying a different size. I'm not sure I can believe this. Surely at some point one would realize that feet grow. But when your mum got you measured, didn't at that point you release that feet got bigger? I can't accept this. That's more than a tight fit. I don't think I could physically fit my foot into a shoe 4 sizes too small. Wouldn't those shoes have to be in the children's section? You mean to tell us you actually managed to force your foot into a shoe that far off from your actual size and walked around thinking, this is fine? Where was Dad in all this? Letting an 11-year-old buy their own shoes and not noticing for years how they just stay the same size. Sorry to hear that. Will your feet correct now, or is it permanent deformation? No offense, but your father sounds incompetent. What parent doesn't get their child's feet measured? Especially ages 11-18 where children grow randomly. Today I fucked up by letting my kids think their mom died, so we could get free breakfast. Obligatory not today, about 8 years ago, but still comes up every time I take the kids somewhere. My wife had a big work project, from home, and I had some unused leave days, so I took the kids, 7 female, 5 male, to see family by the beach, for the first time on my own. We got to the hotel after a 4-hour drive and the clerk checking us in asked where the kid's mom was. I immediately thought I was going to get some bullshit. You can't be alone with 3 little kids in a hotel. As I was gearing up to let loose, one of the 5-year-olds, twins, says, "Mommy is not with us. It is our first trip to Grammy's without her," big sniffle, watery eyes. I didn't think anything of it. They had been mildly upset Mom wasn't along the whole time. So I just said to the clerk, "Yes, this is our first trip without her." He immediately excuses himself and goes in the back. I am annoyed. I just want to check in, and get the kids settled for the next day. He comes back with the manager and they both look upset. I am getting madder and madder. Then the manager says, "Mr. Brewer 1056, we are very sorry for your loss and know this must be a hard trip. We'd like to offer you free breakfast for the duration of your stay. I know it's not much, but we want to help." Now it clicks. They think she's dead, not working, and probably enjoying the alone time in the house. So I of course graciously say yes. Didn't book the breakfasts as we would be seeing family every day, and I had a case of mini chocolate milks and chewy granola bars to jumpstart the day, because dad trip. 4 people, 4 days, that's a nice chunk of change, which I graciously accept. Then one of the twins asks, "What did you lose, Daddy?" The clerk helpfully says, "Your mommy. I am so sorry for you all." Kids are confused. I try to blow it off, but the 7-year-old goes, "That means someone died." And the twins lose their shit. We get whisked off to our room. I have to call my wife to prove she's alive. She's not amused. Eventually everyone settles down and I have to call the desk to tell them I think there's been a misunderstanding and I can't accept the free breakfasts. Kids would rat me out in a second. I didn't tell them why. Just that I know we wouldn't use them as we were seeing family the whole time. And I avoided that clerk and manager to the best I could the whole time we were there. 2 weeks ago I took the oldest on a quick trip to see my mom, and as we were leaving my wife cracks, "Don't tell anyone I am dead." Too long did not read. Took the kids on a trip while mom worked. Hotel clerk thought my wife had passed away and they offered free breakfasts. Kids figured out what he meant, thought mom died, and freaked out. Had to call to tell her to get them to calm down, didn't get free breakfast. Still catching jabs for it today. Edit. Wow, now I have to tell her about this. For the record, yes, in retrospect the clerk was probably just making conversation after I said it was for checking in. He was a younger guy and they are probably told to chit-chat. I was a little fried from the 4-hour, 3-kid drive to start with. But, and this is key, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten comments, "Where is their mother? Why are you here with them?" Or side eye, or just glared at when I was out with kids when they were smaller. Parks, the lake, stores, kids' parties, whatever. Sometimes we all went places, sometimes my wife took the littles and I did my own thing, and sometimes the reverse. At least in the USA adult men and kids' places can be made to feel unwelcome. Hell, half the country thinks the other half is either pedophiles or thinks they are okay with the whole thing. So, not my finest moment. Congrats. You've reached Scooby-Doo villainhood. I would have got a free breakfast if it wasn't for those meddling kids. GIF, emote, free_emotes_pack, slightly _smiling. The 7-year-old blew your free breakfast. Lol. Kids would rat me out in a second. Damn little snitches. As a dad myself, I think this is my favorite part of your story. So I of course graciously say yes. Didn't book the breakfasts as we would be seeing family every day, and I had a case of mini chocolate milks and chewy granola bars to jumpstart the day, because dad trip. Definitely rings true. Damn lol open mouth smile. It's the hotel staff to blame for this fuck up. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Not your fault they are dim-witted. This is too funny. This is straight out of George Costanza's playbook.